Hey everybody, and welcome back to FloridaManFirearms. Today we got a really cool video for y'all. We have one of the harder to find AKs. This is an Egyptian Maadi RPM rifle with the bipod. It's basically their version of a squad automatic weapon. You know, an Egyptian RPK, if you will. The Egyptian Maadis are probably one of the closest things you can get to a Russian AK if you can't find one. Essentially they were made on the same machines. They had Russian advisors come to Egypt, I want to say in the 50s sometime, and Egypt was manufacturing AKs like this. Now the thing is with the Egyptian Maadis is, you know, we can't really get them in no more. I think the last shipment of Egyptian Maadis was between 2005, 2007 probably. It's essentially Egypt's squad automatic weapon, and the interesting thing to see about these is there's no bulged trunnion, and the barrel profile is actually that of the same of the Russian standard rifle. One thing we did find out when firing this thing is it overheated very quickly. One magazine and this thing was smoking. Not bad, but it was smoking enough to where you couldn't put your hands on it. So to me, that's, I don't know if this is maybe a civilian version. Maybe on the civilian rifles they put skinnier profile barrels or whatnot. But I also read that not a lot of these were imported. I think around less than 600 were imported. Egyptian rifles in general are just very hard to come by. Their importation is very sketchy for the last part of the 1990s and early 2000s. They are chrome lined. The barrels are chrome lined, just like the Russian counterparts. I mean, it's essentially the same gun, just with Egyptian stamps. And, you know, they basically were Russian firearms, essentially. So there's really not much to say about them. They're great rifles. They're great quality. It's just something to look for if you can't find a Russian rifle, or if you want to add an Egyptian rifle to your collection. I think these rifles are very well made. With the pandemic going on and the gun buying going on, these have skyrocketed just about as much as an actual Russian gun like this. If you're in the market and you just need a rifle for self-defense, I would not recommend buying one of these. I would get an AR-15. But if you're a collector, then by all means you can definitely add one of these to your collection. They're very, very beautiful rifles. The wood is pretty much almost the same, just a little darker on the Egyptian. We do have regular numbers. Now I know some Egyptian Maadis had you know, Arabic markings on these. These ones have like regular numbers. It's just an AK at the end of the day. So we're going to do some shooting with it in a future video to show y'all. It's very, I will say this gun is very accurate. The longer barrel, you get a little more velocity from the 7.62x39, and the bipod definitely helps stabilize it. It's definitely a pleasure to shoot. That being said, it's going to be more front heavy, but all in all, a blast to shoot. Before we wrap the video, I want to make a quick observation. If you have a Pro Mag like this, so not all AKs are built the same. Like this magazine will not fit in this Russian Tula, but if you do have a Maadi, at least this type of Maadi, it will insert and lock. So I mean, how cool does that freaking look? So something to be aware of. Not all mags are created equal, neither are all AKs, but this will fit this version of the Egyptian Maadi RPM. So something to think about, guys, if you got drum mags. So again, thank y'all for watching the video, and we'll see y'all in the next one.